Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, as you see by the title, quite clearly here to review the match last night. Celtic beating Rosenborg over in Trondheim, getting the result that we needed. And things worked out for us very well last night in terms of both results within the group. Celtic have landed themselves in a very good position heading into the last game, which is fantastic. But we're here to talk about the match itself. I would have released my review last night, but I was busy, so never got the time to do it. But the game yesterday, a very professional performance from Celtic. I think that's the first thing to be said. I'm very happy that we managed to go over there, and you know, even if it's narrow, 1-0 it'll do. We don't need to go into these games and win 3 or 4-0. If we take the win, that's what matters. And yesterday was all about the 3 points. I couldn't care less if it was a 90th minute penalty and we were walked over. If we won 1-0 in that fashion, I would have took it in any fashion. So I'm just very happy that Celtic managed to go away and get that result and put us in a good position in the group. We are now 3 points clear of Leipzig, which means we only need a point from the last game, the Salzburg game, in a couple of weeks' time. We only need that 1 point, and that's us. We're through. We're not going to finish top of the group, sadly, which means we're landing ourselves in an unfortunate position in the terms that we will have to face a harder side in the last 32. But it's all about getting to the last 32. That's what matters. No game is going to be easy at the end of the day, and I think we should just be happy to get to European football after Christmas. But we're not there yet. There's still a big job to do, and we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. But as for the performance last night, Celtic fielding the best team possible at the minute, which I was happy to see. Obviously, there are a lot of questions surrounding whether or not we'd play a full-strength side, considering we have a big match on Sunday, which we'll talk about on the channel as well. So there was a lot of questions surrounding who will start and who will not start, who will be rested, who we're keeping for Sunday. But I imagine the same team will be fit and ready to go on Sunday, and this does act as a good motivator as well for that game on Sunday. A good bit of motivation behind us now to go out at Hampden on Sunday and get the result. But last night, from back to front, the whole team, I thought, well, were very good. They'd done their jobs. You know, I don't think it was one of those games where you have a standout performer and you really look at a performance and go, that is the star performance of their season. There was none of those performances, but around the park and with all 11 players working together, it was a solid professional performance defensively. We were solid. It was good. It was one of the few European away games we're ever going to get where you can actually sit and say, I don't feel nervous with how it's been played around the back. You know, there was no really mistakes or any easy chances given away. Obviously, Rosenborg did have a couple of chances throughout the game. But there was nothing that really alerted me while watching. I wasn't watching to full attention. But from, you know, the majority of the game, which I did see, and I did try and get full attention on, there was no moment in the match where I felt to myself, we still don't look strong. And for as much as we struggle in a European away stage, when it comes to these games, yesterday we looked solid, we looked professional, and they got the job done. And it was good that we went up 1-0, we made sure we weren't silly enough to gift away chances, and we weren't silly enough to you know, do anything to jeopardise our position within the game in the group. So it was fantastic. And obviously a big worry yesterday was the fact that Salzburg and Leipzig were playing each other, and you know, the two Red Bull clubs could be up to some dodgy business and helping both of them to get through, but none of that seemed to have went down, so that's good. Salzburg obviously got a positive win there, solidifying their place as winners of the group. They've been solid, and that's what's going to be difficult in the next game. But we've got to look at this performance last night. We've got to look at it as, I don't know, as we need to look at this performance, analyse what we've done right, and try and use that in future European away games. Like, there's no reason why we can't play as well as and as professional and defensively solid as we did last night in other games. Now, I know it's a completely different story when you get PSG in one hand, you get Rosenborg in the other hand. It's a very different story. Right? Rosenborg are by far the weakest team in the group, and Celtic are a much stronger side. We've shown that time and time again over the last 2 years when we've played them. But with that performance, use the basics from that game and use it going forward. Because if we get through the last 32, a massive part of it is going to be to do with how we fare away from home, and the result we get there, whether Parkhead's first or second, the away game is still going to be massive in determining whether or not we can make it yet through to the last 16, to the quarterfinals, and so on as far as we may go. We need to use the basics and the fundamentals from last night's performance, work on them, use them to our advantage when we play other European away games. For example, when we went to Salzburg, when we went to Leipzig, these are teams we're capable of beating. We showed that at Celtic Park against Leipzig. We'll see what it's like against Salzburg. We're capable of beating these teams. We are. Away from home, we have the quality to do it. But we never use that quality. We never use the fundamentals of the performance that we've seen last night. And if we can just do that, if we can get this stupid bug out of our heads that seems to occur every time we go to a European away game, if we could get out of our heads and just do what we done last night in every stage against teams of this calibre, Leipzig, Salzburg, there's no reason why we can't go away and get positive results like we did last night. But the main thing is, and the positive from last night is we got the win. Nervy stuff, we needed it, and if we didn't get it, we'd be out. Pretty well, wouldn't be out because obviously the other result did help us, but things could have looked very different. But every player I thought handed in a professional performance. Good to see Scott Brown come back. We'll see how his position fares in the team over the next few weeks, if he'll start on Sunday maybe in the cup final. A lot of things to discuss regarding Brown, but time will kind of unravel that mystery, and we'll see how it goes. But that's my review of last night. It's a short one, yes, but we got the win. That's what matters. And I don't feel like it's a game where I feel like I need to deeply analyse the performance of the team, because we done what we had to do, and I didn't mind how we done it. As long as we got the 3 points, I was always going to be very happy about it. Now, surprise, surprise, there will be a double upload, so this video is going to be shorter for a reason. Tonight, video 2 will be out. I can't believe it, I'm actually double uploading. Oh, what a day. If you've enjoyed, like and subscribe, let me know your opinions to my opinions, and I'll see you all next time.